and welcome back to Song Surveys on Sofas with Superheroes. I know it's been a really long time, but right after the previous concert I went to, I moved, unpacked, had to deal with new online learning for work, and it's just been kind of crazy. And also I am sad that I'm missing out on all these concerts that are now getting postponed or canceled. So yeah, it's been an interesting couple weeks / a month and a half. But yeah, so I am ready and I am super pumped about this song and I can't wait to talk to you about it, and let's get started. All right, so the song is Wow, I Hate This Song by The Used, and just the fact that they even came out with a new album, so exciting. Really like the album as a whole, but Wow, I Hate This Song just really pulled me in, like, immediately. I even just like listening to it and writing down all my notes, I was still like getting that giddy feeling about the song. So I really love the song. Can't wait to talk about it. So the song starts with these 3 quick notes, and the notes change, but that like theme of those 3 notes in a row kind of repeat itself. And it's quickly joined by some other instrument as well. It's a really beautiful start to a song, and so I love the contradiction between the opening and the title. And obviously, like, you will see whether that gets carried or contradicted with the lyrics in and of itself, but I just really like that you kind of get this start and you're like, oh my gosh, this song is like so sweet and nice. And then you're like, oh wait, the song is, the title in and of itself does not bode well. So I really like that. So then you get percussion and another instrument when the lyrics come in. And I love the first line, bad songs sneak up on me like a horror film. So I love the image, but I also love that they didn't over-explain it, right? They could have easily said something like, as if it was in a horror movie or like music in a horror film. So I really love that they just kept it simple, and it was super effective. I knew exactly what they were talking about and didn't really question anything, and I just felt like it was a really successful line. And to start the song like that, it just really allows my imagination to kind of put together what they meant, and I like that a lot. But still very clear with like where my mind is going. So while I have some room to play around with it, it's not like so abstract that I feel like other people might be thinking one thing and I'm thinking another. So I really like that. But more than just the lyrics, the verses, both verses are just, the way they're saying is so good. Like, I can't even handle it. Just thinking about it and just listening to them over and over again as I was putting my notes together. Quick pauses, changes like every 3 lines or so to make it's just so effective, and I love it so much. So yeah, really love how it's sang, but in particularly the 4th line, I like just like lose it. So the line is, we all know those bad songs. And I like it in general because I definitely think it's true, right? We all have those experiences and we all have kind of dealt with those bad songs of life. And so I really like that. But then the way that they like pause and they add this like emphasis at the end that really brings my attention like so into the song. So it's we, and then they pause, and then all know those. And then you get this very clear like new hit of percussion as they sing the word bad, and that percussion continues into the next part of the verse. So I really like that. Thought it was excellent. Again, it's just such a complex verse, and the way they sing it is just so good. So I really like that. And then the last word in the verse is literally. And so they kind of break up the word by syllables, especially between the second to last and last syllable. There's a nice little pause. So I really liked that. Again, kept my attention the whole time. Super complex, super interesting verse. So really liked the verses. So you got this quick transition of music as you change in for the pre-chorus. I really like the entire pre-chorus. It's every time I hear the key, which I'm assuming is like the key that the music or the bad song was in, I see you in the melody, which I love. I love that image just in general to associate a person with music. And I also think that that happens in real life a lot. Like when I hear a song, I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes me think of that time when we did this or with that person. So I really like that it really hits home for me personally. And even if it's not in a bad way, if it's in a good way, like, oh my gosh, that was such a fun time when we were in wherever doing whatever. So I like that I feel like I do see people in melodies often when I hear that. So I like that. But then the next line is, it never was part of me. And so I really like that line as well, because it's almost like instead of these shared moments between the two of them, it's as if the lead singer is witnessing this other person doing these things. Maybe because that other person never really made the lead singer feel like loved or a deeper connection with this person. So I really like that, even though at the beginning of this pre-chorus, the singer is associating this song with that person, but then he's like, but it really wasn't, I wasn't involved. And so I like that, because I think immediately when I hear the lyrics, I think, oh, this is a song that he associates with them together. But this pre-chorus like totally breaks up that notion, and it wasn't even really a notion that I ever thought to consider. So I really liked that. I think it's a really powerful line, really great. So I really like that pre-chorus. So after that, the music starts to build, and so that last word, me, is held a little bit longer and kind of changes notes as it's sung, which I love. And then you get like a quick sound that transitions into the chorus. So the lyrics come in with the chorus, and the music is pretty loud. And there's like two parts of the chorus. There's like part one, and then there's part two. So for part one of the chorus, as the lyrics are being sang, there's someone screaming the lyrics behind them. But there's also like this great pause between each word at this point in the song. And it's like so fantastic, because you really get to hear the screaming in the background, which I think is so fantastic in this song, especially because, again, like I said, that first verse is complex. So this makes the chorus complex, but not muddy. So you're actually like listening to everything that is there, instead of kind of just adding it all together and having it be one massive line or word or chorus. It's like just so fantastic. So you get each little part. And so then you get, So the line is, wow, I hate, it's only two lines. This part of the chorus is only two lines, and it's repeated twice. The first time you get, wow, I hate this song, each time it comes on, and then comes on is like kind of squished a little bit together and a little bit faster than the other words. There's not as big of a pause between come and the word on. But then the second time it's repeated, there's just no wow. So everything else is the same. There's just no wow at the beginning of that. Sorry. Okay. So then you get this huge shift in music, and they sing my personal favorite part of the chorus. And I am just such a sucker for things like this in songs. But what I really love about this part is that the music change, this big shift, is almost especially in comparison to the first part, is like sing-songy. And I don't mean that in like a negative way. I mean that in like a fantastic way. Which totally makes sense for the lyrics, because the lyrics are la la la, make it stop, la la la, heard enough, la la la, holy F, but the word, not my abbreviation of it, and I don't want to sing along. So that's the first time, and then the la la la's get repeated, and then instead of I don't want to sing along, it's I hate this song at the end to end the chorus. But what I love about it is that la la la's, like I love when things like that happen. I think it's so fun. There's two songs in particular that I'm thinking of that kind of have that like element to it, and so I really love that, and it just works so well. And then again, you get this like sing-songy, which it totally should be. You're la la laing, like that is totally appropriate for like a sing-songy thing, so I really like that. Okay, so also at this point in the background, there's definitely complexity. There's screaming parts of lyrics, and it's just so fantastic, especially towards the end, because at the end you get this "I hate this song," and it's like saying in the background but screamed. It's just so fantastic. So you get this like, I hate this song, you almost can't even hear it, which I love, because you get this feeling of true emotion, right? Like it's so painful or bad that you can't even like say it loudly anymore. But then after that, the music fades, and that last line, "I hate this song," gets repeated in the background. And so I really like that as the music transitions into the second verse, which has the same music as the first verse. And again, you just immediately, when they start singing those quick, short lyrics and pauses and things, I just made me lose my mind. I love it so much. It just really, I cannot express to you enough how much I love the verses of this song. So, my favorite lyrics are, "Notes are hitting makes an avalanche." So I really love the idea that these notes are these like tiny little things that are so destructive and can be so dangerous and like potentially dangerous. So I really like that. I think that's an awesome image, one, but I also just really like the concept of something so small and tiny, which if you think about snow, right, this like tiny flake like builds and builds and builds, and then can become something that's no longer beautiful. So I really like that. I really like that. But then afterwards, the way these lines are saying are just so good. So the line is, "Damn, this is miserable, please." And you get this awesome pause. "Won't someone shut it off?" So I love the pause, but then I also love the line that comes after, because the line that comes after that is, "Break the record right in half." And I like that it comes right after that part, because even though there is a big gap between "Won't someone shut it off" and "Break the record right in half," I like that it could be interpreted as still part of this plea, right? Please, you get this pause, and then you get the first request, "Shut it off," another pause, and then you get this sentence that says, "Break the record right in half." So I like that it could be interpreted that way. I personally think that this is something that the lead singer either has done, wants to do, or is planning to do. But I like that instead of saying "broke," as in it already happened and the lead singer was definitely the one who did it, I like that there's kind of this second of gray area where you're like, wait a minute, could the lead singer be asking whoever it is to turn it off to also just break the record in half? So I really like that. Again, think it's just a little tiny detail, but it makes me just love the verse that much more. So I really like that line. Thought it was well placed. So yeah, really like that. And then this verse ends with the word "emotionally," and just like literally from the last verse, it's broken up into little pieces, and there's this nice little pause between the second to last and last syllable. So I really like that. All right, so it goes back into the pre-chorus and into the chorus with no real major changes from the first time those parts were played, which initially I was like, really guys, like this is your opportunity and you blew it. But boy, that like right after that chorus finishes being repeated, they got me. They totally impressed me yet again in this song, and it was fantastic. So you get a total change in it. Like you barely finish the first like repetition of the chorus before this part starts to come into play here. And so what happens is like basically all the instruments except for what I want to say is a piano get dropped. And so you hear this piano and the notes are like out of tune. So it's similar to those three like repeated notes kind of, and you get this like melody back in, but you're like, wait a minute, there's definitely something not right about that, which I love. It's like showing you how bad this song is. I love it. I love it. It's just such a great representation of what's going on. So yeah, super impressed with that. Love that part. I think it was such a genius plan. But then what I also love about this part is, so it's the second part of the chorus. So the la 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 part of the chorus gets repeated, not the whole thing, not that first 4 lines, just the last part. And what I really love is by the end of this repetition, the way the words are saying are just so emotional. Like, it's just so full of emotion. You can hear like annoyance, the feeling of like defeat, being tired of dealing with all of it, just like the pure hatred for this song. Like, it's just so good. It's so well done. There's like this breath in the last line, I hate this song, that just like so sells exactly how the lead singer is feeling in this song. And it is so fantastic. I love it. And it definitely is just like the perfect ending to this already amazing song. And I really just like love it. I love it. So yeah, definitely check this song out. I'm so excited for new music by them, and would definitely love to at some point see this album live. but yeah, so let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment, and I promise I will be back sooner than the gap between my last concert and this video. But yeah, see you guys later.